Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Keep Real FOREX King back for another weekly Forex forecast for the week of December 11th to the 16th. So, first thing we're going to do again is look at forexfactory.com, check the calendar to see what's going on for the week. So far this week, looks like going to be some decent news towards the end. But let's start off. Today's Sunday, a couple of yellow folders, low impact, nothing too crazy. I usually don't trade Sundays because market is just, opening and it's getting a continuation maybe from Friday. So usually Mondays and later on I trade. So Monday you have a red folder during pretty much London session, like affecting GB pair, and then you have a Canadian red folder during like New York session. And there's a lot of GBP news, so this pair should have decent movement on Monday for sure. And then you get Tuesday. There's a good amount of yellow folders and some red folders. So high impact, definitely New York session affecting USD currency pair. So be mindful of that, especially if you're scalping, as well as in London session, GBP pair. And then you get into Wednesday, there's a lot of red folders during New York session, the FOMC statements, FOMC federal funds rate. So it's very volatile. There could be stop hunts and stuff, so just be careful if you're definitely scalping. And when you trade around that time period during New York session, especially if you're holding trades because of volatility. Then you get to Asia session, there's high impact news for the AUD pair. Just be mindful for that as well. And then you get to Thursday, there's a lot of news affecting the CHF as well as GBP and USD from London session, then into New York. So there's going to be a very intense news day overall in the markets. That's for those currency pairs. Then you get the Friday to end the week. There's a lot of red folders for affecting the euro during the London session. And then there's a couple more to New York session yellow folders. But overall, and there's during London TPP pair. So London session very impacted with news for Friday. And now let's check out the charts. So right now, this is the 4 hour chart right now to see what happened. So last week, the market pretty much went it started from down here, came down, and then went straight for uptrend. So just being mindful that was an uptrend last week for the AUD CAD. So we're still in an uptrend, I see. So on the 4 hour chart, I do have a potential area. If it comes back down for retracement, I expect it to continue to shoot upwards. But if it doesn't come down for retracement to that zone, we could come down, like consolidate a little bit, and then create more highs. But more so, if we come back down here, I would look for buy opportunities to take to the upside. But if we break down the zone area, then I'll look for sell opportunities. Right now, we're in an uptrend for the AUD CAD, and now for the New Zealand CAD. So again, this is an uptrend as well. This market like pretty much took off from this line area from last week. We dropped down, we hit the zone area, and we just created more higher highs and higher lows. But going into this week coming up here with a lot of news events, I do see the market. If we do come back down here gradually this week, we'll play around here and shoot up. Or or if we don't come down, we could like consolidate and then break and create a higher high and come down more. But more of the story for this week, ideally, if it comes down to this, eventually to the zone area, I'll look for a buy opportunity to take to the upside. But if we come down and break the zone area, I'll look for sell opportunities. But overall, right now, New Zealand CAD's uptrend, so I'm looking for buys right now. And now GB CAD. So let's go to 4 hour chart. So pretty much last week it took off, creating higher highs, higher lows, so uptrend. And right now, we're pretty much consolidating a little bit over here. So I am looking for buy opportunities. So we do come down here. I would look for a buy to the upside. But if we, you know, create a high for an opening, play around, come down, and we break this area, I wait for it to retest this area of support that becomes resistant and look for sell opportunities. But right now, still aiming for buy opportunity to be on an uptrend. And CAD JPY. So CAD JPY, let's go to 4-hour chart. It's been like consolidating, but still on a downtrend. Since here, we came up, came back down, came up, came back down, came back down. So I do see us going potentially up here. So I'm looking for a stop opportunity in the zone area, playing around this area, and then aiming for it to shoot down for the week to create like lower lows. But if we come back up here and break through, then I'll change my bias looking for buy opportunities. We break this area over here. But right now, there's CAD JPY overall looking for sell opportunities. And now GBP CHF. So this week there's gonna be a lot used for this pair. So as you can see on the forward chart, we did go from like a high to a higher low, creating a high to a higher low, but we didn't create a high here. We have a lower high right now, but right now it's like kind of consolidating. So we zoom in. I am potentially looking for a buy opportunity in the zone area. So if we come down, I am looking for a buy opportunity in the zone area from this last push to see if we have one last high. If not, we got great look for this opportunity. But at least right now, my setup is looking for this buy in this area. But if the market decides to early in the week decide to come up and play here, then we know we're going for a higher high. And now let's look at EuroCAD. So this is the 1 hour chart. So for EuroCAD, last week we took off straight uptrend and consolidating, but an uptrend. So I do see ourselves coming back down, and we come down here and going to look for the buy opportunities so we can shoot up. So overall, looking for buy setups right now for this pair. But if we break this area of support, then I'm gonna start looking for sell opportunity to take back down for the week. It's XRP, Bitcoin. This was consolidating lately. Right now, it's kind of looking for like a sell opportunity based off this previous setup, but it's kind of messy right now. It may take a while to play out for a swing trade for a sell for Bitcoin. And now for US 30, last week, this is the 4 hour chart. Last week, we pretty much came down for a downtrend and came up to retest a little bit the previous area of support that's now resistance, and we shot down. So I do see it as a continuation down to the zone area. But if we come down to the zone, we can act as support, but we break it, it's gonna be a continuation for us. So USD So right now is a 4 hour chart. Overall, I have this set up for a potential area here for buy the shaded area. But right now we've been on a downtrend from the previous week. Last week we kind of came up to retest a little bit. But I do see us potentially coming back up. before we shoot it back down. But if we decide to start the week come back down, we're going to be in this area of potential buy in a higher time frame. This shit area for buy zone. But when we get to this area, we have to see the structure of it breaks, creating like a higher high, higher low. Then we know when to get in for a buy to ride back up. So this trade for USD just gonna monitor when you in this area when it drops down. And then AD USD, pretty much last week, we came down, then we shot back up. So this was an area for buy opportunities last week. Right now, still the same bias for uptrend. Because right now this week we could still continue to break this area of resistance, and then we know we're going to continue going up. And then I have to redraw my fib setup, or we could literally come back down and then hit the zone one last time before we shoot back up. But if we come down here and break the zone, then I'm just gonna look for sell opportunities. And now GP, JPY. So this is gonna be on mindful of what's happening. Right now, I do see the pair still coming back up one last time before we potentially look for sales. But right now, previously it created like a higher low, lower low, and then right here we didn't create a new high here, but we had a lower high here. So we could potentially create a higher high up here to break this area. So we come back up and break this area, we never create a higher high, and then we never go a higher low before we shoot back up again. Right now it's kind of playing around. So just being mindful when the trade gets to the zone area. Based off the candlestick structure or reversal pattern, we'll know when to get in for a sell, or if it's going to be a continuation breaking the previous area of resistance. Right now, I have my fib set up for a sell. Potentially, if it comes around this area, to look for the sell setup. So this point, you just gotta definitely pay attention. Because right now, we haven't created no lower lows yet. Okay, Euro USD, pretty much still uptrend. We're looking for setups in this zone area here, 78 fib zone. If it comes down here, we know we're looking for a buy opportunity to shoot back up for Euro. But right now we're in this area, we're again retested the previous high area of the zone. So that's why it came back down a little bit last week. While we come down, we know we're gonna come down to at least this zone area. But if we break this area, then we know we're going down for like potential sell opportunities. And last but not least, let's look at gold. So gold, I have my previous chart set up from last week. Gold is, well, so last week gold shot down, then it played around the zone and shot back up. So right now, gold, if we go to the higher time frame, the daily chart, you can see overall on a daily chart, gold's been on a downtrend. It's been dropping, but then it started to retrace right now. So right now, this is like a retracement going back up to the 100%. So right now, we're in a decent area where it can literally, if it respects these red lines of resistance, it could literally begin to shoot back down for the remainder weeks. But if we break, then we know we're going up for an uptrend. So let's be mindful when it comes to respecting the previous highs. So let's be on a mindful this week based off these previous highs. If it respects it as resistance, if we break through, then we already know it's gonna be uptrend. If we literally break through, then we know it's gonna be uptrend. If not, then we know we're coming back down. And that's pretty much my analysis so far for this week. This week should be interesting due to the amount of news events happening. Definitely trade what you see, not what you think, and practice good risk management. It's not best to trade every day unless you're comfortable trading every day. Sometimes you can find a good setup that you can hold for a day or two. Because sometimes it may take a day or two for it to play out due to consolidation for a takeoff. Or if you don't get in one day, it takes off. It might come back down, and you can get in a retracement for on a trade, and then it really will take off. So that's pretty much it. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. We know we out here. Peace.